Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough on 1.1. So, if you weren't here last time, we had gotten quite a bit done. We put down all of the blueprints for the entire 240 generator power station setup. So every single generator is down, as well as the structure, which, you know, I like the setup of it. I like the I didn't want to do a completely completely flat you know, just platform there. I wanted to kind of give it some verticality, so we did the, you know, a bit of a like a bleacher style setup, you know, stair step up and then back down. So yeah, we got all that done. It took us quite a while, but we did get it done. So today's plan is to finish up the logistics with the piping, which is going to take me forever. I am dreading this, but we're going to get it done. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alrighty, and here we are. And with a little bit of lag, there's a lot going on at the moment, so it is understandable that it is lagging like crazy. Plus my PC's just been kind of a little overworked recently. But yeah, like I said, we got all the generators done. We need to do the logistics for the pipes. So somebody did make a good point about when it comes to rocket fuel and ionized fuel. Rocket fuel and ionized fuel are technically classed as gases. Now, whether the liquids act that way or not, I am unsure, but I shouldn't need, if that's the case, I shouldn't need these pumps at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely remove the pump line. I mean, we need to remove the pipes anyway, but I'm going to completely remove these pumps because I do want to test that theory. Not only just because it's, you know, or not because it's you know, somebody else's theory, but I am very curious myself. So it's like, yeah, we're actually gonna test that and see if it actually is a liquid or a gas. So if you don't know the difference when it comes to Satisfactory, there's two different types that go inside pipes. There's the liquids, there's the gases. The liquids, well, they're liquids. They've got liquid dynamics there, they got fluid dynamics, and you need pipeline pumps in order to push them upwards to that. I'm still, it doesn't matter if it's a liquid or a gas, I'm still going to go this high with it because that's cool and all, you know. To have this much storage, it is insane, and I love it. So we could have 5 storages, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, perfect. I'm just hoping my recording doesn't mess up on me. Like I said, I don't know. Today, I might need to do a restart on her. Yeah, it's just... it's been really slow recently. That's just the way it's been going. Okay. So... how do we want to do this? So we want to go straight... okay. And I'm happy to test this with ionized fuel. Well, we're out of ionized fuel. I'm going to have to go get some more. I think we made a little bit more. I'm not sure. I don't know where... did I delete the train? Yeah, I deleted the train because it was on this side. So we're gonna temporarily hook this back up. Because I do want... I do want to test this theory out thoroughly. And for that to happen, we need a train. Because we need those train stations full of fluid. Yeah, see these little lag spikes recently. All been great. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see. There. Want these roughly the same. Ah. Yeah, it's freaking lag spikes. I don't know if Windows is I think Windows is trying to install modules, I think is what it probably is. Usually when I get unexplained lag, when it comes to games, that's usually what's going on. is Windows is doing an update. So you got the Windows modules installer, which takes up all of the resources because, well, it's high priority because it's Windows, and it lags. Oh, geez, I lost all my power. It lags everything else out of existence. I do have Satisfactory on highest priority, but it doesn't. Windows doesn't matter. It's like, nope. We're gonna do what I want to do, and if you want to do something different, then that's too damn bad, now, isn't it? All right, let me throw down a train real quick. Just throw down a temporary train. We're still gonna throw down a 10-car train because I want to collect all that I can and get it all over here. No, that's backwards. There's a back asswards. Or was it? Yeah. Why does it keep putting it backwards? Moved slightly and it turned it around again. Alright. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, don't lag, 8, 9, and a 10. Okay. So we got our 10 cars and our 2 engines, so we'll set this one off. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. And the reason is because sometimes if you've got a path signal right in front of you when you turn on self-driving on a train, sometimes it doesn't path through it. Why, I do not know. I think it's probably a bug, but... Alright, ionized fuel. If I can freaking spell. Fuel plant. Ionized fuel export packaging plant. Ionized fuel import. We need the 10 car. Changes. Freeze. Freeze to the autosave. Yeah, the loading for this game is getting even longer. I think this save is actually bigger than my than my season 3 save, just because of all the traffic. look at these trains, man. They are everywhere. Oh man. I mean, you can see some of them. There's a bit of traffic. There's definitely a bit of traffic. Traffic, instead of freeways, I've got train lines. Everybody's got their own train, you know. See the trees popping in and out of existence over there. They're not supposed to pop in like that. They're supposed to gradually pop in, and they're supposed to gradually, like, appear, so you don't really notice it. But yeah, then we come out of this wall here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm kind of deciding whether either I want to go up there to go underneath that archway, which would make a lot of sense, or we could follow the coast around. But we got to be very, very careful as well. And I think we might have taken up too much space already. Yeah, we might have taken up too much space. That's fine. I need to find where the edges is over there, though. Because from there to there, I think I want my nuclear power station. Because that's where I built it last time. But we can have the nuclear power station in the middle of the grasslands, too. It's just, I'm going to be taking up a lot of space in the grasslands. But yeah, I definitely have taken up way too much space out this way. With this massive freaking thing. It's like, it is tempting to shove it even further this way. It is tempting, but I think we're not gonna do that, because then we wouldn't have any room as well. Because then we just use Satisfactory calculator again. Here comes our train, completely full of ionized fuel. Yes, completely full of ionized fuel. Perfect. All right, now we get to test out our little We test out our little theory here. I'll have to let that train unload. I'm actually going to let it continue to go back and forth for now. Because it's going to be a while before you rebuild that rail line anyway. But yeah, I think I will. I'm definitely going to cut this off over here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to cut this off. And we just won't have it go this way. Because there's no reason, right? There's definitely no reason to have that. Because we're going to have the rail line push on this way. Of course, this could go out to the power station as well. I'm very tempted to leave it now. Now that I've said that, I actually kind of want to leave it. All right, train is completely... Wow, that actually... Yeah, the train stations were empty. Okay, now time to test. So... I'm actually going to test it by doing this. Hold on. Because I know that it might still... the train station might, even if it's a liquid, it might still be able to push it that far. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm not going to make everything this tall. This is just a test. But there's no way that a liquid would be able to go this high. There's just no way, right? I'm trying to see if I can get it. I have to put down a foundation up here. It's just like, there's no freaking way. Okay. All the way up. You can probably hear me spamming the up key, the page up key. Just hope it's not messing with my recording. Actually, I had a little bit of an incident yesterday with that. Like I pressed the delete key, and the delete key, I guess, maybe this keyboard's getting old. I've actually had this keyboard for a few years now. I don't know. I hit the delete key, and the delete key is close enough. Maybe I might have, fat fingered it or whatever, That is very possible, but yeah, it stopped my recording. It was just like, what the heck? Finally found out what happened there. Okay, there's no way that the liquid's going to be able to push this high. Okay, and I'll connect to the bottom. All right, now see if we get fluid all the way up here. After the autosave, of course. No, after you. Oh no, I can't reach that high. Okay, ionized fuel is a gas. Look at that. There's no freaking way I would have been able to reach that. Hold on, I need some power. It's going to be a little bit of a waste, but... Yep, ionized fuel is a gas. Okay. Delete that buffer quick before we waste too much fuel. All right, thank you to the person that commented that. Because I would have never even considered it. Because my thought is, well, it's a fuel, right? So it's got to be liquid. I mean, not all fuels are liquid, but they're like a partial liquid, gas style or whatever, But I guess ionized fuel is pure gas. That is pretty nice, actually. That makes my job way easier. I don't have to worry about pumps or anything else. All right. Well, I'm still going to have these buffers like this because, for one, it looks cool, and for two, that's a lot of storage. Now, that's a lot of storage. Yeah, you guys remember? The freaking flex tape guy. Now, that's a lot of damage. Horizontal, vertical. Do I want to put it that way? No, I want to put it the other way. Have it kink over. Yeah, I'm just going to connect to the bottom. We're still going to have 10 pipes. But yeah, that doesn't mean I need to worry about flow rates or anything. Gases are just so much nicer to deal with. Although I don't mind dealing with liquids. I understand. You know, and I've talked to a lot of people who have, you know, have played this game, and they always complain about the liquids, like the liquid dynamics and whatnot, and they're just like, I just can't get them to work. The fluid dynamic logistics just don't work for me. I hate it. And you know, as long as I've been playing the game, the fluid dynamics can be a little annoying sometimes, but I've always managed to make my logistics work really well. I don't know if that just comes from, that probably just comes from experience. I'm not 100% sure about that, but you know, I can make a fairly good guess. That just comes from experience. With that, I'm not saying I'm better than them people. I'm just saying that I guess with when it comes to, wow, more cars. Sweet. Yeah, look at that. It's filling it up. When it comes to like fluid dynamics, I don't really have trouble with it. Maybe it's just because I've been dealing with it for so long. It just, yeah, it just, the fluid dynamics just works so well for me. Even the fluid trains, like what people do is they avoid liquid trains altogether. Mainly because they don't understand that when it comes to between belts and pipes, the belts are more instantaneous than pipes. Pipes take a second. Like if you empty out a pipe, it takes the system a little bit for that pipe to fill back up. And part of your fluid pressure relies on how full the pipe is. So if you have a very empty pipe because the flow is just going, your flow rate could end up, I say could because it's not always, but could end up being poor. That's just how it is, you know. I mean, it is kind of working in real life that way too. Like if you've got an empty hose, for example, like an empty water hose, and you turn on your pressure, it always takes a second for that water to get to the end of the hose because there's no water. But if the hose is completely full and you turn on your water, you immediately get pressure coming out of the other end. It's like it's almost instantaneous. It's very close. I guess that's the best way I can explain. I'm no, you know, liquid physicist or anything like that. You know? When you start understanding how the game deals with fluid dynamics and you start trying to work with it rather than fighting it all the time, you will get a better handle on fluid dynamics for the game itself. And you can apply a little bit of real world logic to it too. Not 100%, obviously, because it is a video game. It doesn't, you know, follow the same. It doesn't follow the same laws. It's much more simplified when it comes to being in a video game than when being in real life. There's a lot less outside factors when it comes to the game. You know, like could you imagine if you put together a brand new fresh pipe system and you had to flush the air out of the system because we wanted it to be pressurized with liquid rather than pressurized with air? You had to flush. Don't give the devs any ideas. It would be incredibly annoying. I would definitely be with you there. It's like, what the hell, man? This has gone beyond realistic, you know? It's gone beyond fun. Because there's always that, oh geez, here I go on another tangent. I talked about this many times, but there's always that, line, right? That line between, simulation, between simulation and video game. When it comes to that, like if you go too far into the simulation side, most of the time the game is not fun for a lot of people. You know, take Flight Simulator, for example. There are people that enjoy it and people that enjoy playing it. It's just when I play it, it's just like, you know, when I've played it in the past. Wait a minute. Something doesn't compute. Oh, I see. I thought something was odd, but I wasn't gonna say anything. Oh, that actually kind of annoys me. Hold on. I don't want to waste the fuel here. Right, let's remove that. I got to remove them anyway. Yeah, because that's a lot of fluid to lose. Definitely. Oh, is the train station full? Why is it not going in? Oh, because because it's pulling from up here. All right, yeah, I need to get these emptied back out. Actually, what I should be doing is I should be putting it back into the train station it came out of. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix those. But yeah, there's always that line though if you cross it, and it, like Flight Sim, for example. It's like it's fun for a little bit, and then you know you just kind of get bored of it. At least I do anyway, because there's nothing to it other than flying a plane realistically, you know, and learning how to fly a plane and stuff like that. It's like, I guess it you know, I have the same. I'm on the opposite side when it comes to like stuff like ATS. That's American Truck Sim. American Truck Sim is very realistic, and all you do is drive a truck. You know, it's just like real life. I mean, it doesn't have all the real life characteristics of what being a real life truck driver is. I know that because I've been a truck driver, but and I've also, you know, heard stories from other truck drivers about their kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just one of those things that actually gotta turn off the self-driving for the moment. That way it doesn't unload. Because I need to drain it back into the train station. Or at least as much as I can. But yeah, I'm on the opposite side of that. Like, I think ATS is a heck of a lot of fun. I do get bored of it sometimes, but it is a heck of a lot of fun. But it's definitely not a fun game to record. Nobody wants to sit there and watch you drive. It's definitely not a thing that happens. Like, I know I definitely get bored of it. Okay, but at least the rest of these are fine. Alrighty, so I think, yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I'm gonna build most of the rest of the logistics, because I know that it's gonna be super easy. Most of it's gonna contain what I'm doing right now. But if we can get the logistics done, then we can move on to getting the train line hooked up and stuff like that. But yeah, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to put the floor hole down right there. And right there. And right there. And there. And there. And there. There. Is all I'm going to do for the next, like, 2 hours or longer. It's probably not going to take me that long, but it's not. Of course, it's not even painting it the right color. Like, of course. Yeah, some of these are on a 1 meter foundation, some of them are on a 4 meter. I might have to fix that before I continue. Yeah, I definitely need to make sure those are painted before I try that. Yep, I'm gonna take this pipe here. Let's see. Can I go horizontal to vertical? Yeah, I'd rather have that. It looks better. So, yep, just gonna place these pipes. It's like all the way down. For 240 generators, that's gonna be a lot. I might even burn off some of the fuel. Well, I guess that's kind of useless, isn't it? Because I'm not going to be running indefinitely. But yeah. Alright. I just got to do that 200 and what? 38 more times? Or 228 more times? Alright. Alrighty, so I finally got that done. Only took a measly 2.5 hours. I actually kept track this time. It took me 2.5 hours to build all the pipe work for this. So all the pipe work is completed. As you can see, I put a little bit of structure around this just to kind of look like it's a little more, you know, looks a little more beefy, I think. And actually doesn't look too bad. And it covers all the pipes and stuff like that. As well as I've got these valves on here so that the fuel is in these tanks. Ready to be used, but it's also turned off because I wanted to turn on one at a time, let all the generators run for a minute, and then turn it back off. Because obviously we're going to be burning a lot of fuel very quickly if we turn them all on. I mean, we could see our power spike. Actually, if I hit Control C there we go. Okay, and go. Yeah, generators are turning on. Let's do a test run, shall we? Make sure everything's hooked up correctly. So far, so good. Now we're gonna have to let all of the generators come online if we want to make sure this all works correctly. Two more. Now these are gonna flow probably at 600 until they fill up. So yeah, they're definitely going to flow at 600. But yeah, seriously, thank you to the person that did allow us to go. Oh, last set of generators. Slowly turning on and off. It might take a second to get everything up and going on mine. All right, let's see how we're doing over here. So far, so good. Yeah, even the generator, not a single pump is on those pipelines underneath. Oh my gosh, look at the power spike. We went from generating... What were we generating before? We gotta see how much we're generating max once everything comes online. It's got a little bit of ionized fuel, but like I said, it's going to take a minute. Because each one of these generators is going to burn... I didn't miscalculate this, right? Yeah, 7.5 per minute. And yeah, it's just going to take even longer because the pipelines that have to travel back here are going to be these ones are going to take the longest to refuel, just because of how far away they are. Like this generator here and the one on the opposite side is the furthest away, the one that's going to take the most amount of fuel to even reach. But yeah, our power generation is looking pretty damn good so far. Except for these aren't getting they're not getting the fuel they need. Ionized fuel is getting into them, so we are getting there. And just look at the amount of power up there. It's just gets going. Oops. Like we vastly overdone our max consumption with this. But like I said, yeah, it's gonna take a while. I'm surprised these aren't flowing at 600. Hopefully these aren't bugged. They seem to be topped out around 375. Yeah, they're not flowing any faster. They're 373. 373. Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, that's weird. Huh. The sound is completely muffled down here. Very strange. I mean, it is working. Just, I really wish they would... Look, some of these are flowing at 600. Oh, it was flowing at 600 for a minute. This one's flowing at 600. This is maxed out. Oh, now we're not getting any flow. Or is that max? No, that's max. Why are some of these maxed out and some of them are not? Might have some, we might have some bugged valves. Let's see if we can play, if we replace this. I know sometimes these can bug out a little bit. No, it's not the valve. Interesting. Yeah, all these are flowing at max 600 now. Yeah, it's slowly getting there. So those are good. Okay, so what's wrong with the last couple of pipes here? The last couple of pipes should be at 600. And they've increased. No, they haven't. Well, that one has. I think. Nope, it's still 375. Huh. I'm gonna have to go underneath and look at the pipe network. There might be a... Like, maybe I put a marked 1 in somewhere. 369. So it goes to this pipe. See, this flow... Yeah, these are sharing flow rates. They shouldn't be that slow. I said it. And yeah, this is all Mark 2. All the way up. And all the way down. What the hell, man? Because we got... I mean, we don't really have full pipes either, so that might take a second. Yeah, because like I said before, sometimes your flow rate's going to be compared to what the fullness of your pipe is. So like these pipes down here, if they're still flowing at 600. See, these pipes are flowing at 600, but look at the pipe fullness. Look at the current amount in the pipe. It's maxed. And it's flowing at 600. Now it's going to slow down once all the generators get fuel. Like get this one here, see, it's got a max fuel pipe and it's kind of fluctuating because some of those generators are completely full and they're starting to... Yeah, so the flow rate's going to bounce around. See, like one of the very first ones that we turned on, you know, it's kind of fluctuating back and forth. It's not going to be a constant flow rate, at least not for a while. At the very least. We'll see if these ones increase their flow rate at a certain point. I mean, they are getting full. You can see that just the fullness just went up. It's slowly getting there. But the problem of it is these generators. Are all the generators running? Yeah, it might take for the generators to actually fully kick on and get full fuel before that flow rate increases. As you can see, yeah, see the amount inside this generator is slowly kicking up. So once that one fills up, then we should see a max flow at 600 for a little bit to fill up the pipes. They should be a max at 50, if I remember correctly. Yeah, max at 50. And then it's going to keep getting, it's going to get full faster and faster and faster. But now that those last set of generators are full, we should see a flow rate increase. Should is the hope. See, those instantly fill up now. So we're gonna get a flow rate increase. No. I mean, that's actually 270s are probably about where it's going because 7.5, right? So if we take 7.5 times 12, that's 90. And then times 2, that's 180. So the pipeline should be flowing at 180 roughly, which is flowing a little over, or a little less than 100 over that. Yeah, these are the two closest pipes, but these pipes have got to fill up before anything else happens. Now this train is completely coming back empty now. Yeah, we ran ourselves out of ionized fuel, but everything is working. Okay, have we balanced out? Yes, we have. So 398 for 475, 510, 398, 510, 543, 398, 543, 398, 543. We do have a little bit of balance over at that other plant. So 398, 543. Okay, 398, 543. And now, so that's where we're going to be sitting at when we almost 400,000 megawatts. That's where we're going to be sitting at. All right. Zero time. Time to shut this all down. And the reason that I turned the valves off is because I can't turn the generators off unless I turn them off one by one, which is kind of stupid. They should definitely fix that. But the way fuel generators work is, I'll show you real quick. Even if I disconnect this, I completely disconnect this, right? The generator stays running. And the reason is because it's connected to a connection source. If I delete this, now if I delete this connection, it should turn off. It didn't turn off. Well, I guess once they get started, they don't stop. But anyway, yeah, like I said, even if I disconnect it with a power switch from the main power grid, it's still going to generate power no matter what. It doesn't matter. And that is the main problem with generators. I think the generator should be able to be turned off with a power switch, like you have a main breaker switch for the entire network of power generators that are fuel, so that you can just turn it off. But the only way to stop fuel generators in this game is to turn off the fuel and let them run dry. That's why I have valves here. Otherwise, I mean, I might have put valves here just for fun, but yeah, we do have to turn these all to 0 just to make sure that we let these run dry. Huh. Cat. Alrighty. Yeah, that way we don't run our fuel supplies completely to zero. I'd rather have a bunch of fuel in reserve. But yeah, we can't make if you're kind of newer here, we can't make ionized fuel indefinitely because we need to be in phase 5 for that. And we need to be in phase 5 so that we could make an artificial power shard factory. And that automated power shard factory that will fuel, forgive the pun here, that will fuel the fuel plant. that will give those power shards to the fuel plant so that the fuel plant can then make ionized fuel, because it takes power shards to make those. Which I'm really glad they added the power shard or automation. I just wish it was a little bit earlier. Like, let's say in phase 4, like it unlocks in tier 8. I think that's where it should be moved to, because at this point in the game, you're not going to want to go out and search hundreds of slugs. I have hundreds of slugs on my map, right? I could go out and get a whole bunch of those and then put them in my recycler that uses summer sloops to duplicate the power shard output. It's basically duplication. It's just it enhances it doubles the output essentially using summer sloop inside of a constructor. Even then, it's going to take forever to get enough power shards to make this run indefinitely. I am very low on power shard capacity because we use so many already. I've used thousands of power shards already to make the fuel that we have now. And the fuel we have now is stored in these towers because we have completely emptied the fuel generators, or we completely emptied the fuel plant of ionized fuel. Could I run this off of rocket fuel as well? Absolutely. I would have to flush the entire system, and then I'd have to somehow get a 10-car train with rocket fuel over here. Probably like a transfer, or it'd have to like tee off of a bunch of junctions and stuff like that and try to make that work. But yeah, unfortunately, we just have to let the generators run dry. Which here pretty soon, we should be drying up. Yeah, we're slowly drying up here. Yeah, very, very slowly drying up. Yeah, because that's the thing, right? It's like, why give us the ability to make ionized fuel when we can't automate the process? That's my argument to that. Because yeah, we can make ionized fuel all day long, but man, I can't make it because I need to be in. You have to be in phase 5 to even unlock the recipe in order to make power shards. Because inside the MAM, in order to make power shards, you need stuff from phase 5. So you have to push through to phase 5 in order to get the ability to fully automate ionized fuel, which is kind of a weird thing. I would have unlocked the ability to have ionized fuel much earlier, but you unlock it through the MAM. So if you take a look at the MAM here, just real quick, it's under power slugs. So yeah. You need, I believe those are called time crystals. I'm unsure though, because I have not been to phase 5. But you need power shards, you need the time crystals, and you need quartz crystal. And that'll complete the power slugs. That allows the rewards of being able to make power shards through a machine. But you also, I believe you also need phase 5 stuff in order to even make those power shards. Which kind of makes sense, but also kind of not. And then I still got this one as well, which cost the alien power matrix, which I believe these are for the power augmenters. Yeah, you'd probably feed those, and then you need this other stuff, the SAM fluctuators, power shards, and something else. I'm unsure, because like I said, I've yet to be to phase 5 since 1.0 came out. This has been the save I've been working on since 1.0 came out, because once 1.0 came out, I was like, yeah, I'm starting a brand new game. Yeah, we'll be working on that next time, plus we'll be working on the rail line. I want to get the rail line officially connected, and then we'll work on our battery storage after that. I don't think the rail line will take us too long. I mean, we're only going from, as I said before, it's going to be a Y junction. It'll be from there, there, and then roughly somewhere around here at the same level. And then what I'll do is I'll just curve around and whatnot. So yeah, that should work out pretty good. And then the other end of that will go into the back side of or into maybe the side of our nuclear power plant that was just going to be out in the water. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. We'll leave that for next time though. But for now though, like I said, that is oh, lots of power and all the lag. Like I said, that is going to be it. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see on your screen right now. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.